Hello and welcome back to our HIP New World Order campaign. In our last episode we declared war on Venice, and after losing the first battle there, mostly due to negligence on my part I guess, we have won a follow-up and are probably going to win the war without too much further trouble, I have to imagine. We're also 56 years old, stressed and ill, so we may well follow our late husband into the grave before too long here, we'll see. Under the guidance of our marshal, we're going to get extra levy reinforcements, that's good. And our remarkable grandchild, Otto von Henneberg here, is in need of an education, so we will take care of that ourselves, or at least for as long as we can. Make sure he grows up right. He's cynical already, but that's a reasonable enough trait. Not a negative one anyway. So the Venetian army is retreating back to their capital, which is fine. We'll follow them at least part of the way. We are up to almost full morale here, and in fact they're looking to attack me in the mountains of our war goal here, which I'm inclined to allow them to do. If they're moving from Venice, we can head into Treviso right now and be ready to reinforce with the larger army here. Let's just make sure that we have some good characters in charge here, though. Our grandson Ernst is of legal age. He became Midas touched. Okay, sounds fine. Let's see if we can get him married to somebody. Perhaps to the Queen of Croatia. Apparently we'll accept a non-matrilineal marriage. We can peacefully get our dynasty on another throne there. That's pretty good. Alright, so we have the mountains and the river on our side. We have more troops on the way in from here, so reinforcing with this is probably not even necessary. Okay, the betrothal is in effect. I was inspecting the damage to the highest tower in Thuringen when the head of Bernard appeared outside the window 50 meters above ground. What should I do with this curious child? Well, we definitely don't want his opinion of me to go down by 200. I guess, though, for 5 years that wouldn't be terrible. I think we'll just forbid him to climb the tower and he'll become deceitful or craven. Kind of prefer if he wasn't deceitful, but yeah, it's not so bad. So let's get back to this battle. Our army is about to arrive, which should cement the victory for us there. And even our other reinforcements just got in there too, so should not be a problem from here on out. Lately you notice that many of your courtiers like interjecting sexual puns and wordplay into daily conversations, speaking about cocks when they mean chickens, for instance. The scamps. This fad is overdone, you feel, and it makes your courtiers look like stupid, immature youths, trying to make themselves seem more entertaining and witty than they really are. We can say, actually, I like them. And get Pun Lover giving extra general opinion, and increasing the opinion of these people in particular. You can say, these sinners are too cocky, annoying all of those people and getting some piety. You can arrogantly look down on them. Same, but with prestige, I guess, or silently disapprove. Let's say that we like them. Alright, so the battle was indeed no problem. Captured this guy as well. And another guy. And you're retreating to Venezia. We'll actually send this army there. We're not giving up very much siege progress. This way we'll intercept the army and we can start sieging the capital as well. My granddaughter is reminding me of my promise to get her married. Oh right, this was the one we tried to get married to the Grand Duke or somebody, and he turned us down. I guess I was so offended at that I forgot to get her married to somebody else. But Herman von Kassel here seems like a likely lad. He's tall and perceptive. So sure, why not? Obviously we could get her married for an alliance or something, but not really going to be necessary. I guess we probably should have got her married matrilineally. It's fine though, we don't have really any shortage of dynasty members. So, it seems that Venice has raised a mercenary army right on top of my 7,000 in the capital here, so this should not be a problem, considering their 0 morale. And in fact, we captured the Doge himself in that battle, so that was a pretty poor tactical move on the part of Venice there. I think we'll just go ahead and end this war immediately. So we vassalized the Prince Bishop of Aquileia here, which has brought us up to exactly our vassal limit, kind of unfortunately. So we're probably going to have to do something about our number of vassals. I wish to intercede on behalf of one of my prisoners. He is not especially happy with me as it is. I guess we'll just set this person free. But that does remind me that we can probably click the ransom all prisoners button for a bit of money. And our marshal has died a natural death at the age of 67. Okay. Sorry to see you go, Carlotte, but I'm sure we have a good replacement. And this guy is going to be a very able marshal, so we'll appoint him. Have him train troops in our capital. And in the meantime, disband the rest of our troops. So, I think to get rid of some vassals, we are just going to have to create another empire title. We do have a few sort of extraneous vassals that we're planning to get rid of eventually, such as the Queen of Andalusia down here, and of course Antioch. But I don't know, I think we're going to have to create another vassal king anyway. I guess we could grant independence to this duke down here who really shouldn't be under my empire anyway. Yeah, maybe we'll just do that. We'll grant him independence and we'll probably create another kingdom title of some sort. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to really clean up our borders any further in this area by granting independence, I think, since a lot of the offending land is under Flanders here, and granting them independence would just make it worse, I think. Conquering this guy would help. Ah, he was under Dauphine. So that's an unfortunate consequence of granting them independence, I suppose. And I don't think we'll even be able to create this for a de jure claim. We would have to create the Kingdom of France for a de jure claim, which is a little more than I really wanted to conquer in this area. Well, we'll just leave things as they are for the moment there, I suppose. In terms of other kingdoms we could create, I guess Bayern is always an option down here. Even if it is a little misshapen, I think some of this land has de jure drifted into the Kingdom of Franken. That's okay though. I think creating that will be fine. It'll get rid of 4, 5 vassals maybe. And we can Let's see, I think it's the actual rightful capital duchy here that one of the ones that has drifted into the other kingdom, so it doesn't really matter who we would grant the kingdom to. We'll just choose maybe the most qualified person. Or maybe we'll choose this guy here just because he's closest to our capital and therefore less likely to join factions. Seems reasonable. Seems like a pretty good use of our money. Create the Kingdom of Bayern. We will grant it to this guy. He will gain all of these other people as vassals. Okay, so he didn't get this intervening land because this is under the wrong kingdom. And Aquilia, I guess, is not part of the de jure kingdom. No, it is supposed to be part of the de jure kingdom, so we can transfer that, I suppose. Probably desires control of it. No, he does not. Well, he's getting it. And he's supposed to have this county as well, which is held by our other king, so we can't do anything about that. That's fine, that's got us down to 28 of 35, which is a lot more comfortable. Did lose our spy master in the process. But we can appoint this duke instead, that's fine. And I think Barcelona has been working out reasonably well as a source of stolen technology for us, so we'll just send him back there. Alright. So, while we're at peace for a while here, let's see if we have anything that we want to do. Alright, we can build an observatory because we have the learning focus. Let's do that for 50 gold. We'll take some time to collect all the necessary materials. And I think we'll hold a feast. And after that, it shouldn't be too much longer before our Holy War cooldown expires. Actually, it's going to be another year, so perhaps we can spend a year at peace and go to war then. And we're no longer ill, which is good. We might not die, at least in the very near future. We can definitely be at speed 4, though. Everybody was talking about the musicians, and I finally had some time off from the presentations, or from the preparations for my feast, so I could see with my own eyes and hear with my own ears what people were talking about. The musicians were good, and they were looking for a patron. We'll offer them our patronage. And we'll give patronage to this wandering minstrel as well. We'll send out our marshal to hunt the boar meat. Okay, our new vassal, King of Bayern, is getting duchy titles, which is his prerogative, I suppose. The best part about preparing a feast is deciding what foodstuff to serve. We will spend enough to satisfy everyone's hunger. Speaking of spending money, we do have a lot available. We can probably dump some into some upgrades while we're here. And I think we'll just build some of the cheaper ones. At least for the moment. I guess we'll just build a barracks here, that's fine. And in our other domain counties, training ground will do. Training ground is fine. And oh yes, this was our other de jure county. I think we are actually fully upgraded the castle town here, so we can start on other upgrades. This one is, for some reason, a bit behind in castle town upgrades, so we will need one there. And here the militia training ground will do just fine. Okay. That is pretty good. Al-Andalus creating a title, and the invitation to our feasts will go out. That's good. People aren't even that annoyed about their levies being raised, so that's pretty good. Guests have arrived. Welcome to the feast. Arranged marriage from the King of Wendland. He wants to marry this courtier. Sure. Guess we could try and marry him to a member of our dynasty for an alliance, but that's fine. Ooh, interesting. The great Sunni Caliph Mehmed II has decided to call a jihad against the Kafirs in the Kingdom of Jerusalem. He urges all righteous Sunni Muslims to take up arms against the depraved Queen Adelaide, our niece of Jerusalem, for the glory of Islam. What terrible news. Well, we'll definitely have to do something like that. So much for staying at peace, I guess. Well, we'll at least finish our feast first. And let all of this delicious food go to waste. But I think we can actually preemptively raise our levies. Start getting them assembled on the coast here. Ready for transport. And you up there. And the rest we'll have beat down here. Some of my guests did not seem satisfied with the food, but I would never have thought one of them would have complained out loud. Duke of Burgundy. How rude. You don't have something nice to say, shut up. But we dislike each other for a while, that's fine. We can invest in some technology too. Economy tech. I suppose we'll get, let's see. Yeah, castle infrastructure gives us the next level of castle towns, so might have been a good idea to hold off on this wave of upgrades, but we can upgrade the castle towns next time. Everyone drank and were happy, except the Baroness, who refused more wine. This insulting gesture means that she does not appreciate my hospitality. Okay. Someone's not getting invited to my next feast. Musicians played, and he danced with people, especially the bishop, apparently. The minstrel sang and the ladies wept. Is this the same bishop who also really likes the minstrel? The world will not weigh me down anymore. I have a new spring in my step, joy in my heart, and a smile on my face. So apparently we're having a really good time with the feast as well, so we're no longer stressed, which is great news. No longer have any negative health traits at this point. I don't think we have any positive ones, but it's fine. Some of the guests were invited with an ulterior motive. I want their titles. I had trouble finding one of them alone long enough to set my plan in motion, and I was about to scrap it all together when I finally saw one of them alone in the garden. So this is to do with one of our claims, I guess. The County of La Roche. Which I don't particularly want or care about, so we'll give up 10 prestige and lose our claim. Fine by me. And Jerusalem is calling us to arms. We were going to offer to join anyway, but I suppose we can accept this. We'll just let the feast come to an end first. The bishop refused more wine, what a jerk. Oh, and we've actually raised troops down here, of course, let's not forget that. Do want to be a bit careful about these, because they could get caught by some hostile troops, though we're not actually hostile to them yet. Last of the guests returned home and everyone agreed it was this year's greatest feast. Everyone is happy. We can go ahead and accept the invitation. See who we're at war with. Primarily just the Seljuks, who are no longer the Seljuks, actually. Interesting. They're now the Mesudids. Okay. Well, we'll Definitely keep an eye out for their armies. They do have some in this area, but we should be alright for the moment, I think. Maybe we will just want to actually retreat this army down to some of the mountains down here in Jerusalem proper, where there is likely to be a friendly army we can hide behind. Maybe we had another granddaughter come of legal age. Don't really need to do anything in particular with her for the moment. Alright, well, we're out of time for this episode, so we'll have to finish gathering our troops together and transporting them over to Jerusalem in the next episode. So thanks for watching, and join me again then.